I'm Brandon Lang, and this is your Tuesday post-championship I told you so edition of my 2 cents. And we'll get to another free pick winner in just a moment after the Oregon Ducks and Ohio State Buckeyes go under the posted total last night. Tonight, we go to Seton Hall, where Seton Hall gets it on against Butler. We'll have it for you in just a second. So what can I say that my 150 dime winner number 8 in a row last night with Ohio State outright over Oregon doesn't say for me? I mean, listen, everybody who bought the hype of the Oregon Ducks, big win over the Florida State Seminoles, and you bought into that 59-20 burial, and you got destroyed. Didn't you realize that, Florida State turned the ball over 5 times and Florida State got blown out? Florida State only punted once in the whole game. That the Oregon defense didn't match up with Ohio State's offense, that Ohio State should have been favored in the game, and that the Vegas line maker only missed the point spread by 4 touchdowns. Ohio State punted on their first possession of the game, and they punted on their last possession of the game. And that was only because Urban Meyer didn't want to go for it on 4th and a yard from the Oregon 33-yard line. In between, Ohio State scores 42 points, and they fumbled at the Oregon 10. They fumbled at the Oregon 22, and they had an interception at the Oregon 33. For all intents and purposes, Ohio State could have scored 60. Big props and a big shout out to my boy Big Teddy Ball Game, Ted Shreve, a 3-time All-American at Ohio State, PGA Tour golfer. Everybody knows I caddied for Teddy 99 Nissan Open. We still have the course record 61. Because I was going to come big with Ohio State, Hunter Dimer. Nobody knows Ohio State football better than Teddy. The guy went 15-0 against the spread with the Buckeyes this year. The man knows when to go with them. The man knows when to go against them. And in my phone call to Big Teddy, I was all over Ohio State. He was all over Ohio State. And he literally said to me they would knock Mariota out of the game with their defensive line. And he said Ezekiel would go for over 200 yards. And that Oregon would not be able to stop the Ohio State run game. I'm going to tell you something. You would think with the 450 dime college football winners that I just gave you, that going into last night, the 3 previous 150 dime college football winners, Texas +3 at home, outright over West Virginia, 33-17. Georgia Tech at home, +3, outright over Clemson, 28-6, wins by 22. Arkansas +3 at home, outright over Ole Miss by 30-0. And the cherry on top of the sundae, let's just set it right on top. Happens to be a red cherry, Ohio State. Let's just set it right on top. Let's just stop right there. Ohio State +6 outright over Oregon, 42-20. That puts the finishing touches on college football. It runs the 150 dime streak to 8 in a row. And you know number 9 in a row is awaiting you Sunday in the NFL championship round. Life is good. It's really good. When you sit back and you hand the world your biggest college football releases of the entire year, and they're not a 7-point favorite, they're not a 10-point favorite, they're not laying 36, they're 4 consecutive underdogs that all win the game outright, and they all win the game outright by double digits. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find 4 better college football calls in the confines of a college football season than those 450 dime winners right there. You throw in number 7 in a row with Arizona over Kansas City 14-10 in the NFL, the 3-0 in the NBA playoffs last year, and therein lies your 8 straight 150 dime winners. Boy, it's going to be nice watching number 9 in a row cash the winning ticket on Sunday. Hats off to Oregon, great season. Should be proud. But the bottom line, I said the wrong team was favored in my analysis. If you haven't read my analysis, go to my main page right below me and take a look, because it's absolutely spot on. Urban Meyer now 15-0 against the spread as a dog, as a head football coach, minus the season he had the health problems and resigned from Florida. The man is a beast when getting points. And like I said, you don't beat Alabama, you don't run for over 200 yards against Alabama, and most certainly you don't win your conference championship game 59-0, shutting down the number 1 rusher in all of college football and the number 3 rush offense in all of college football. You don't do that and not beat Oregon. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the bottom line. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes. And yes, Urban Meyer may be a cheap mofo when it comes to tipping caddies, but he made me a tremendous amount of money last night, and that makes up for all my buddies who he has stiffed at Muirfield Village. I'll give you a pass on that, Urban. Maybe you'll bump it up this next season with the gratuity for the caddies at Muirfield Village. 20 diamond a day in college basketball. No surprise, another underdog I feel will win the game outright. Let's win in some basketball these next 5 days. And then the 150 dimer number 9 in a row will take care of itself on Sunday. All right, we'll get the free pick winner in Seton Hall and Butler in just a moment. My 2 cents today is good riddance. Good riddance to John Fox, because on the big stage in the big game, John Fox imploded once again. 2 weeks to prepare in last year's Super Bowl, and John Fox said, and I quote, "I just didn't have my team ready." Nice going, John. Nice going. In 2 weeks to prepare before the Indianapolis Colts, John Fox once again said, "This one's on me." Nice going, John. Nice going. You gave it a good run with Carolina, plus the points over New England. You took the Patriots to overtime, and you failed there more or less on Jake Delhomme's side than your side. And then you came to Denver. You went 2-3 in the playoffs. You had home field advantage twice. Got to the Super Bowl once, and you imploded once again. You played too conservative, and between you and Jack Del Rio, it's the blind leading the blind. And I'm not going to give Del Rio a pass, defensive coordinator of the Denver Broncos. He didn't have his defense prepared either. And if there's an NFL team thinking about hiring Jack Del Rio as their head coach, good luck with that. The over-under seasons that will go by before he gets fired, I'm setting it at 2.5, and I'm playing the under. So when John Fox got fired by Denver, nobody was happier than me. Because as nice a person as he he can never win the big one because he chokes as a head coach. It'll be interesting to see who John Elway hires as his head coach at Denver and whether Peyton Manning will be back for the Broncos. Stay tuned. A lot of action in the offseason for the boys in orange atop the horse. All right, free pick winner. Seton Hall bounces back from the road loss at Xavier by getting an outright road win over Creighton, which now puts them at 13-2 against the spread this year. They are a perfect 8-0 at home, 7-0 against the spread. And of their 8 home wins, they've won 6 of them by double digits. The only 2 laying 2.5 in a 58-54 win over George Washington. And then the overtime win, 66-61 over Villanova. Other than that, they've won the other 6 home games by double digits. They return home after that big win over Creighton. And with this line being 3, that's some value I can't pass up with Seton Hall as I look to them to go to an amazing 14-2 against the spread, including a perfect 8-0 against the spread at home. Don't be late to the dance with Seton Hall. Jump on the Pirates, minus a small number, over Butler tonight. That's it, everybody. A big shout out to everybody who came back, put their faith in me, and said to themselves, he may lose 20 dimers and the occasional 100 dimer, whatever it is. But right now, in the sports gambling industry, with all the handicappers out there, one thing's for sure. 8 straight 150 dime winners in a row speaks for itself. And I'll speak with you again on Wednesday with another edition of My 2 Cents.